Don't look at my boxers. We've held hands. My first kiss was in kindergarten. I look actually fucking terrible. I look great today. I'm trying to be positive. I look great today. So then I was like, what if I did another story time? So that's what this is. A story time with me, but not just any story time. My first kiss. Ew. If the person that I first kissed sees this, I will delete this video because that's scary. So yeah, I'm gonna say my first kiss story. Ew, that just sounds cringy as fuck. So this isn't like my first kiss. My first kiss was in kindergarten. But I wouldn't really count it because it's kindergarten. Like, I don't know. So in grade 9, which was 2 years ago, I moved to a high school. I moved to this high school, and, you know, I had some friends because I used to live in this town, and, like, I moved out of this town that I'm in right now. I moved out of it for, like, grade 5 to 8, and then I came back because I hated my old town that I lived in. There was this guy, and there's a lot of history with this guy. We need to give him a name. What should his name be? Let's name him Trevor. When I think of Trevor, I think of the Studio Triplets dog, Trevor. So Trevor and me actually used to date in grade 8 or 7. And obviously I didn't live in this town that I live in, that we both live in right now. I lived in the other town, like I said, because I moved away. And that town that I moved away to was like an hour away. So we used to like talk and FaceTime and whatever. Then I went to this dance in our town. It's called the cyber dance. It's like a dance thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's for like grades. I actually don't even know what grades it's for. I'm assuming like 7, 8, 9, not even 9. It's like ages. I don't know how to explain it. But you buy a ticket. It's like on like a Friday, and like you go to this dance. So we went to this dance, and he was not there. He was not at the dance, but somebody else was, and we're gonna call him like Chad.
We in this bitch, finna get crunk. Eyebrows on fleek, the fuck.
Chad was at the dance, and while I was at the dance, I realized that I liked Chad, and I didn't like Trevor because he was kind of being off and weird, and I just didn't like that. He was being a little funky. So that night, I broke up with Trevor. But we ended on like fine terms. When we get to high school, fresh out of the blue, me and him, like second month, like October.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
We started snapping a lot, FaceTimed, and we started FaceTiming like almost every night. I was so nervous, I remember, and I was FaceTiming him, and I was like, is it gonna be awkward? Like, da-da-da-da, you know, like overthinking it all. And I was like, okay, I think I like him.
Side eye.
Trevor and me decided we're gonna hang out at school one day. So we hang out, I think at lunch. Yes, we hang out at lunch for the first time ever. We go to this little restaurant place, like where people eat like breakfast and lunch, across the street from our school, and we eat there, and it's so awkward. It's so awkward. Like, there's 2 of us. I don't know what to tell him. Like, we're both grade 9, so we're like extremely fucking awkward. And we're just sitting across from each other. We're eating fries, and I'm like, and it also doesn't help that my friends were sitting like over here. So he's sitting here, I'm sitting here, and they're sitting here. So they're like making like little faces. Like, you know what like friends do when you're with a guy. I was like, oh, okay, like this is not going well, whatever. So then we kept texting, and even though that was a little awkward, we just got past that. We would hang out instead of at lunch. We started hanging out after school, which was weird. So basically, the buses didn't come to the school till 2:20. At my school ends at 2:20. The buses are there at 2:20. But this was during quarantine times, okay? So, like, the school was weird. Everyone was wearing masks. We had, like, zones. So there was a pink zone, a yellow zone, a blue zone, and a green zone. And you had to stay in your zone at school. And you couldn't, like, leave or go anywhere else. But we ended school early because we were in, like, this thing called quadmesters. So, like, you only had one class for fucking, like, 3 hours straight for a week. And then it switched to like, one other class for an hour the next week. And I think I had geography. I definitely had geography. And then another class. I can't remember. School ended at like 12:45, I believe. So there was a lot of time from 12:45 to 2:20. Like an hour and a little bit. An hour and 30 minutes. Because the bus students, like I wasn't a bus student, so I could go home. But the people who were bus students had to stay at the school or around the school until 2:20 to get picked up by the buses. So that's when we would hang out after that. We would hang out after them before he had to go on his bus. We started dating in October. I can't remember the exact day. But he asked me out. I believe it was just
Over text. Like,
one day we would always go on a walk by our school. There was like this forest, and we would always walk in this forest, sit on the same fucking bench every time, and then we would talk whatever, and then go back to the school, and he'd get on the bus and I'd go home. One day we go out there to where we usually go, and we were sitting there, it was dead fucking silent. Like dead fucking silent. Preach, like we've hugged because we hugged by. His friends would like be like, oh, like hold hands, hold her hand, because he was like afraid to hold my hand.
Goodbye.
So the first time we actually held hands was we were walking down this trail with his friends, and his friends went straight. He's like, let's go this way. It leads to the same area, but he's like, let's go this way. And then we held hands, and I was like, why is that such like a thing, you know? We're sitting on this bench. It was dead fucking silent. And then Trevor goes, can I kiss you? Who asks someone, can I kiss you? You just kiss them. You just kiss them. What the fuck? What do you mean, can you kiss me? Plus, I was already talking, like, before he asked me, like, it was dead silent, but then I started talking about something that was bothering me that day. And then he just says, can I kiss you? Interrupts my conversation. So that's a terrible time. The timing was really not good. But I was like, yeah, sure. And then we go to kiss. I don't know if you ever kiss anybody, but when you kiss someone, like, you're not supposed to go tongue in, like, right away. Like, no, fuck that, no. But he did. We were, like, kissing. I've kissed someone before. Preach.
Like, no one cares. You don't get an award because you watch less TV.
Like, in kindergarten, but I actually made out with them in kindergarten, so, like, it was... I knew how to kiss. Okay, preach. He's never kissed a soul in his life, even in kindergarten, so I got the experience. We're, like, kissing. Like, this is, like, their lips. Like, okay, these are his lips, like this. We're kissing. Buddy, like, sticks his tongue right away. When you first kiss someone, you don't use tongue. That's just, like, a law. That's just the law. Like, you don't. Especially you don't never kiss anyone before at all. And he goes, tongue. Fucking tongue on my face. I could feel him, like, lick my face. Like, that. Like, licked it from his tongue because he didn't know what to do. And I was like, what the fuck? So, automatically, I start hissing, laughing. Like, we stopped kissing because I'm laughing. And he goes, what? And I'm like, oh, nothing. And then we just, like, hug, like, awkwardly hug. And we're just sitting in a hug. And I'm like, this is the end. This has to be the end of our relationship. This is fucking embarrassing. And I think he knew it was wrong and embarrassing. I think he knew. I think he fucking knew. So we walk out. We walk out of the forest. I'm like, let's go. Walk out of the forest. We get back to his friends, and we're talking to his friends, and his friend's like, oh, what are you guys doing there? And in my head, I'm like, you don't fucking know. You don't want to know. And as we're like walking, because me and Trevor are walking, like holding hands, walking back to the school. He like whispers to me, he says like, make sure like let's just not tell anyone about this, okay? Like, let's just not tell anyone. Like, he knew he did wrong. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. That would be the end of my story, right? You thought. Well, I just want to add something onto the story because Trevor wasn't the best person ever. We would FaceTime, and his little brother would come on FaceTime. And his little brother, he goes, guess who I'm FaceTiming? And he goes, oh. And he goes, no. And he goes, oh. He goes, no. And he's like, oh, this person? And then he's like, no, it's Brooklyn. And I'm in like pure shock. I'm like, why did he guess all those other girls before he guessed some girlfriend? So that made me suspicious because I was like, what if something else is going on here? But I just kind of flew it over my head. Like, I was just like, oh, whatever. So he just stopped talking to me. He just stopped talking to me for a week. Didn't fucking hear from him. Didn't talk to me. Walked away from me. Didn't say a fucking word. Okay, you're not mature at all. And then I'm like, then he finally fucking answers me for the
life of God.
And he goes, like, I just had to take some time thinking. So you couldn't tell me that you were thinking? You couldn't even tell me. You couldn't have the audacity to be like, oh yeah, I have to think first about this relationship. No, I just gotta fucking ignore you for a week. He was like, yeah, like, I just don't think it's good, da-da-da-da, whatever. Like, he just ended it, broke up with me, and I was, like, crying. It was on, obviously, over text. All his friends were like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just jolly old fine. I'm just so good. So then I fucking find out, like I've connected all the dots, guys. Don't even. I find out, like, a week after we broke up that he's dating another girl. And he was dating this other girl. I'm gonna name her Charlotte. I actually like Charlotte to this day. I still like her. I think she's a good person. But I don't think Charlotte knew we were dating. I don't know how you didn't know, but maybe she didn't know. Because she was new to the school. She came in the middle of that year. Like, she came, like, in December when we broke up. She came to the school. But I found out, because I was talking to her about it, I believe. And she was like, and I said, so, like, how long have you been talking? She's like, oh, we've been talking for 3 months. 3 months? You've been talking to him for 3 fucking months? I've been dating him for 3 fucking months. Isn't that funny? Like, she doesn't know to this day that we dated for 3 months, and while we were dating, they were talking, and they're still dating, and I love them. They're a great couple. I have no hate towards either of them. I like them both, even though he doesn't talk to me at all. She sometimes does.
3 hours later.
But yeah, that's really all. That's really all the story is, because that's really all that happened. Please comment down below if you liked this video or you didn't, because I'm quite frightened that he might see this. But he won't. Maybe. Anyways, please like, please subscribe, and please share. Do all 3. Peace out.